Kevin Zay. In your opinion, how big of a role does past or present financial trouble play in being more susceptible to either joining a cult or forming radical religious or political beliefs? Hey, Kevin, thank you for this question. It's a very good one. And I actually believe that financial stress is one of the main stressors that can cause the sort of, how do I put this? Anxiety, stress, concern, worry, right? Can put a person into a headspace where they are freaked out. And over time, if you continue that headspace, then you have a person who is becoming more and more susceptible to desperate solutions to a desperate problem. So because financial stress in our society is survival stress. It is not just about little pieces of paper or little pieces of metal or numbers on a web page in your bank account. It's about your survival. If you don't have money in a Western society, then you don't get to live. And the less money you have, the less livability you have, the less potential for life that you have. And this is just how we have structured our society. And we are not about equality of opportunity in the United States. We pretend we are, but we're not. And that's what we need to actually deal with if the American dream is ever going to get resuscitated and actually become more than just a dream and become a reality, is we're going to have to deal with the fact that the equality of opportunity, not the equality of outcome. I am not saying everybody should be equal, everybody should be given the same amount of money, everybody should be given the same things. That's the last thing I want. But I do want people to have the opportunity to be able to survive. And the fact that they can't, or are having such barriers put in their way that it becomes almost insurmountable, is one of the reasons why people get desperate enough to join extremist group situations. In fact, I'll go out on the limb and say it's probably one of the major reasons why we see extremist groups form up in the first place, much less destructive cults based on religion or politics. When we talk about terrorism, we are talking about, usually economic disenfranchisement is a component of that. When we talk about domestic violence, economic disenfranchisement is part of that picture too, because where does the stress on the part of the abuser come from? Not all abusers are sociopaths. Very good people can be turned into monsters very quickly. People really don't quite understand just how fast that process can happen. You put the right stressors on a person in the right context, and you can change them very quickly into a very different person, very much a worse person. And money plays an important part of that. The giving, the taking, the possibly giving, the teasing, the carrot and the stick, right? So this tends to be a mainline stressor for people. And so if you ask how big of a role, I'm going to say it's one of the biggest.